I will say, this is not how I anticipated this matchup going, but, never doubt Specimen. He can figure out a way to make something work against, the best deck. He'll do it.
Yeah, you said he used to be a Gwen streamer, right, Ailey?
Yeah.
Before the dark times, before the Empire.
Yes, Geezer Space here. I am about to play in the $3,000 983 media tournament. My first round match is against KM Bess, who's one of the favorites. I've had to pick one Thanos deck and one non-Thanos deck. And the first deck I'm playing is my non-Thanos deck.
Specimen on the other side has named his deck Garbage.
This is a garbage deck. If you've seen these on the ladder, you know what we're talking about. You're putting a lot of trash into your opponent's lane. You're using cards like Debris to give them rocks, Green Goblin to clog up their lanes, even Viper to toss them your -2 hood, that kind of thing. And then you play a Spider Woman and you shrink all their rocks down even more. Or play a Professor X once you've loaded them up with trash and laugh in their face. It's a very, very rude deck, but it's one that I do love to see because it is pretty funny sometimes in its play style. Up against one of the best decks in the format, like we said, in Shuri. So I'm excited to see what happens.
Well, I will tell you one thing that I know about Specimen is he is an excellent deck builder. He loves his memes. So let's see if he can get one over on one of the best decks in the meta. Alrighty, let's get the show on the road. Take a look at the opening hands here for both players. Turn one play for both. You'll love to see it. Sunspot and Hood. One is not quite like the other.
Okay, so the objective of this deck is Clog. I have 3 ideas of what KM's decks could be. Thanos, Shuri, or some kind of Dark Hawk thing. This is just based off what he was streaming. Did my research, of course. But it could be something entirely different. It's closed list for the first game. Compound is pretty... I'm going to rope a lot. Compound is pretty bad for me if it's Shuri. And I'm going to try and focus on playing well rather than commentating too much as well. Right. So, I don't think I want to play the Hood into Compound. But playing it elsewhere is also somewhat risky. So, let's go into Compound. Okay, Sunspot would suggest it's Thanos or Shuri. Not his other deck.
I don't know what the Hood means, but I worry that if I invest into this Sunspot against something like Deathwave, I will end up losing out. That said, so this gives me the ability to Cosmo the Hood lane.
No snap from either player yet. He plays into Hallett again with the armor. Okay, this is really bad news for me. The reason this is really bad news is because this very much looks like he is playing the Shuri deck, which I think I'm quite unfavored in. I was really hoping Thanos was going to be his first deck, because I'm quite favored into it. If I brought Thanos, I would feel quite favored into Shuri, so I'm a little bit surprised he's brought this. But that's why I'm not a huge fan of the format in general. Like, rather than playing best of 3's banner deck, it's you have 2 decks, but one for the winners, one for the losers. It kind of turns into a coin flip. Like, if he queued Thanos, I'd be feeling kind of good right now. It's still winnable, but I think I'm very unfavored. The key thing is going to be clogging Hala. And I think I need to utilize my snap while I still have some surprise.
I will stay in on the snap. I'm fine with this. I don't exactly know what's happening here, but right now I'm good.
I very much doubt he fills up Hala this early. And so I'm hoping he plays a card into Hala. And that I just get the clog in there. Even then, with the Sunspot, I'm not necessarily winning that location. So Cosmo goes left, which is unsurprising. I think this is looking like quite a bad snap, to be honest, at this point.
Oh, Goblin in the middle. Okay.
Right.
Sure, I like it. I mean, if the whole plan is to clog up the board, right? That's a good place to start, where there's 2 cards already.
Absolutely. There goes Green Goblin, and Speccy's got to feel like he dodged a bullet there as Cosmo came down on the Avengers compound.
Titania here now, too. Would be able to fill up that spot in conjunction with the Polaris.
Yeah, Titania is one of those cards that really, really rewards super smart play and snap. And works out so well in the garbage deck because there's no way it can go over to the other side.
That's a really good Green Goblin here, I do not get to play my Shuri now unless I want to let him auto-win Hala. This forces me into passing here. Intelligent play. And I'm going to give it to him.
Now, also, I have to think about what card I want to give information on. I think I just take the Spider-Woman here. Just more points.
Going forward, as we're going to see Spider-Woman at the board here. Avengers Compound forces everything to be played there. And KM Best is just happily
keeping
chilling,
turns.
just growing that sunspot. Quite happy about that.
I'm pretty sure I'm always playing here. Like, he could let Sunspot grow, but Titania's 10 swing moving to my side, so I'm putting 3 points mid. I could, of course, go for a different line, which would be Aero to the left and Demon mid, for example, or vice versa.
So if I play this, I go to 18, he goes to 10. He needs to play something on Compound and on Hala to win it. But I think that's actually pretty likely. These are bad locations for me. I'm good with losing it. There's a good snap from him. Full props.
They get out unscathed, or they both take 2.
Well, they can't make Specimen cannot make up his mind either way. It's a tough choice here.
Yeah.
Time is running out. Arrow into the left, Demon into the middle. Once again, gonna call him
Doesn't-
back.
I'm going to stick with my original line. I'm nervous! He concedes. We get the 2 cubes. And now we need to de-stress, because my heart's pounding. I'm super fucking happy with the start, right? Like, the bad news is that he now has the information of what our deck is. In for the nose, out for the mouth.
Goodness me. All right, going for it. And there's the concession, so Spetsy's going to be happy with that. The
All right,
garbage
picking up
is
the first
looking pretty
win.
good. One man's trash, another man's treasure, I suppose.
Absolutely. Specimen's treasure here this first game versus KM Best.
Okay, it's a great start. We also need to think about what intel he has. He doesn't know we have Aero or Shang-Chi yet, but he probably has a good concept that we play these cards anyway. Doesn't know we play Viper, probably worked that out as well. I have a pretty good idea of what his deck looks like anyway, because it's a Shuri deck.
Tricky deck. Not something I'm experienced against. Definitely something he's experienced against what I'm playing, though. So I have to be aware of Goblin Titania. It's a very powerful combination. Attacking the lanes I'm able to play in is important. Cosmo is going to have a lot of utility against Green Goblins here. This is not a deck where I need to be focused on armoring the hood. It doesn't. I mean, I wouldn't be shocked if there was a Carnage. But, you know.
Okay. Angela's great. We want to definitely be careful not to snap too early, though.
And the other side of things, no turn 1 play just yet for Spessy, but we got Stark Tower, so a nice place to clog up the board there. And Icebox.
We've lost our surprise value. That's a really bad roll. We wanted to just play Angela here, but now I'm just going to be forced to play the Viper out early. And I suppose we just play it into the Stark Tower for the buffs. I guess we still take Angela here. We could take Angela to the left, but we're probably going to Green Goblin the left, and kind of cancels itself out a bit with Stark Tower. It's also kind of easy to clog the left lane potentially, though. It's not a Cosmo. Polaris is really nice for us if we can find it, because it moves armor or Sunspot here. Unfortunately, it doesn't happen on this turn. We also have a decision to make on if we want to play Titania. One thing we could go for here is we could go for the Titania Goblin play now, where we just clog the left lane fully. I feel like we might be in a bit of a dodgy spot in general. I think the Icebox harmed us. He hasn't snapped, and I don't think we're going to snap on the Titania Green Goblin play either, because it would be good if it wasn't for Stark Tower, right? Like, Stark Tower's the issue here. Maybe we just go big or go home, mate.
I want to play the She-Hulk here. I have Kang in hand. I just want to get priority and win with an arrow. I'm not snapping aggressively early because there are still 4 cards I don't know about. Could be a lot of dangerous shit in there.
And you can see how these Titania decisions are so difficult of figuring out where to put her versus what the opponent is going to end up doing. Because you don't want to end up hosing yourself and giving your opponent 5 power.
Yeah. Nice. She-Hulk in mid. Green Goblin and Titania are going to jump over onto that side. So that's a great way to clog up Stark Tower, but you are giving all of them 2 extra power, so
Yep, something you do have to think about.
yeah.
I can actually see quite a lot of logic of taking Aero this turn and then Shang-Chi next turn, but then we would need to find Daredevil or the Hood to play to the left. My issue is that I don't have a cheap card, but if I find it's a 50-50 on Demon or Hood. So I think I just want to say I take the 50-50, particularly if I hit Daredevil. Then I can Shang-Chi.
I'm not sure how dead we are on Stark Tower. But I do know that if I have priority, I can arrow him off of it and keep the Titania.
And Spessy agonizes over these plays. Arrow into the icebox is going to drag over the Zero as well as the Lizard. That's a great card to, remove the abilities from with Zero. And that's not exactly worked out how he wants at this point, because, yeah, that's a lot of power on KM Best's side of things.
If he can get that Titania back on over to his side, feel a little bit better about that whole decision there.
Yeah.
I can Shang-Chi, but then I can't play anything left, so I would only win mid. So this is a bad line. He doesn't know that though, right? So there's a chance he concedes. This is also like an opportunity to bluff Snap, which I'm almost never going to take because I'm a pussy. So my only real line, it seems, would be to go Killmonger Debris. I don't really like where I'm at too much. I think there's some merit in snapping here though. But I think I'm kind of happy to play it out for 2. Let's play it out for 2. 4 seems ambitious. However, honestly, I'm going to go for the snap. I think I'm in a pretty bad matchup. So I think this is like a decent spot. I lose to Aero.
You are not playing anything on that Titania. That's mine now. Arrow is a good note, though. Good thing I learned that. There are still 3 cards I don't know.
Yeah. Okay. That's a heartbreaker. I think this was a bad snap. So I wasted 2 cubes. I say that, like, I really don't like this matchup for myself. So... Fucking Arrow's so broken, man. Please nerf this card. She's so boring.
Wow.
And that's going to lock it up for KM Best. Nice win.
Jeez. Yeah, very nice win. Super, super close. But that that arrow moving the debris over, preventing Titania from jumping back. I mean, granted, still would have lost, but getting the 3-0 in essence in this. Very,
Absolutely.
very cool.
And that's one of the reasons why Titania is so tricky, because you can, talk yourself into thinking that you've got it figured out and you're going to win the lane and steal her back. But Arrow has other plans. I mean, you just can't know what your opponent's going to do on turn 6.
Yeah.
Now, Bar Sinister is very interesting for me. Because of debris and such. It's probably quite obvious that I might Green Goblin him.
I mean, debris could lock a lane down here. Could Green Goblin my Bar Sinister? I think if he snaps, I'm supposed to leave it.
I'm gonna just snap with the sound.
Not sticking in that one. Bad hand, bad locations for me. He wants to give me stuff. I'm not about it.
All right, here we go. Snap, baby.
Let's go, Spessy. Oh, come on. You coward. I joke, but that would have been so cool to see. Oh, man.
I mean, every single point of life is so important here when you've only got 10 to work with.
Yeah.
I have a tendency to stay in games when I 100% shouldn't, just because I'm so curious. Sure. But you can't do that in these tournaments.
Machine Mob we need to think about. We need to be scared of Cosmo as well. We don't want to give him an Angela.
That could be an Angela. There's still one card he has that we don't know.
Okay. Debris good. Very good. Okay, no Cosmo is good news. It's very good news. It's actually so good that we could highly consider snapping here, really. I think I have to snap here. I think I'm just in a overall pretty good spot. I doubt he runs.
We've got another snap online, everybody.
Snap more. Snap more.
I'm thinking this is him locking up my Fisk Tower with a Titania play. But I honestly think that's, a reasonable thing to stay into when I'm playing Shuri. I only need to win the other 2 lanes, and I haven't seen a Shang-Chi.
I would guess I'm happy to give him the hood in hand. But not the Viper, probably, right? So let's just go over here for that reason. Win the 50-50. Shuri goes mid. I guess he didn't want to give me a Shuri, which makes sense. Nice. Good roll. Unfortunately, we had no Daredevil. So we're not going to get to see what he was going to do this turn.
I'm thinking I'm winning here. Let's see what he's doing.
I'm pretty sure we always have to just take the arrow play here. Because this arrow opens up Shang-Chi. He'll have initiative though, so then he can arrow me away. That's the problem with the arrow play. So what I might be better served in doing is trying to get initiative. Unfortunately, I don't have any of my cheap cards. Like Killmonger would be an option here. Just as something to play. I also wouldn't be too surprised if he plays nothing, actually. The question is, do I want to go in for 4 cubes? I think I do. I think he's going for the play nothing line, is my prediction. In which case I should continue to play. So let's put him on exactly that, playing nothing. Okay, he plays something that's really sad. He plays mid though. It's Kang. I'm very glad I didn't concede. So he's got Kang in his deck. Phew. Woo! Thank God I did not concede. My God. That would have been really heartbreaking. I think Kang is absolutely cracked, by the way.
But at this point,
look, yeah.
how's Spessy gonna win this?
So the question is, do I make the same play? Stick to my guns, which I don't feel amazing about. He arrows me. I wasn't expecting that. He gave me a 14-point arrow. Do you think he realized that? That seems like a bit of an oversight, doesn't it?
Oh my god, I just gave him the arrow. That was so dumb. I brain farted. That's on me.
There's a retreat later from KM Best. Doesn't like his chances here, so Spessy just has to play out, and he'll pick up the win here. I will say, this is not how I anticipated this matchup going, but, you know, never doubt Specimen. He can figure out a way to make something work against, like, the best deck. He'll do it.
Yeah, you said he used to be a Gwen streamer, right, Ailey?
Yeah.
I don't think we're supposed to snap. I think that would be a big arrow. Arrow left, demon right, or demon mid is the question. Against Taskmaster will be a tie. It doesn't guarantee the win. Let's do this then. Okay. Come on! Let's have it!
The one downside to Machine World is, you know, giving your opponent your best thing. So
they might just play it.
yeah. And then what? It is pretty cool giving your opponent a very synergistic card like a Devil Dinosaur, where your hand is absolutely full and they have nothing. That's when it's great. Ooh, Altar of Death to start things off. Okay, some extra energy. Sunspot's gonna go mid for KM Best. Nothing doing right now for Spessy.
Altar of Death capable of making some really wild games.
Yeah. Oh, I love it when I'm on my destroy deck. You just chuck Deadpool down there so many times. It's wonderful.
Oh, absolutely.
Gamma Lab. Okay.
He's been... Ooh. That's very fucking interesting. Is this a snap? Gotta be. I don't think he has Shang-Chi.
That's actually wild. What would the logic behind this be? Is he just going to put a lot of guys there?
I feel like if he didn't have Cosmo, he would have run. But, I want a Hulk, so... Woo! Huge! Let's go! Big, 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 big.
Ooh, Killmonger. Okay. Gonna take out the Sunspot. And
there we go. There we go. Sunspot's down. And now we have advantage in the Gamma Lab.
Yeah. 2 Hulks are better than 1, I've heard.
All right, let's Viper the Hulk.
I just need to draw armor.
Well, we should just Shang-Chi before he can fucking armor, right? He might play Shang, but we haven't seen him play it. So this is like the concern about open deck list, but we can arrow it away at a point. We should definitely do this because of Cosmo or armor.
Oh, he has a Shang-Chi! Very cool. All right.
He can also armor like the left or right location in it on the last turn. That's the other thing we need to consider. So that's sad that obviously that's happened. But it is what it is.
The Shang got me. Holy shit. Wow. All right, I'm dead as fuck. Goddamn, good job, Specimen.
He concedes. All right, 1 cube left. So, I've got 2, 4, 6. I've got 3 lives left. I've got to beat him once. He has to beat me 3 times.
That's a win for Specimen. KM Best retreating out of that match. Yeah, there was no way he could have come back from that.
Calm, cool, collected. It's what a fucking hand, mate. Can I just say? No! Shuri! Shuri! Adios, amigo!
Sokovia gonna discard Shuri.
Ooh,
Oh!
Specimen, let's go.
Oh!
Your hand, the namesake of your deck, gone.
Oh, that is brutal. KM Best. Look at that face. He knows exactly that is the worst card that Sokovia could have discarded.
Not an ideal start from us.
All right, I'll take it. If I could snap, I would. There's no snapping left at this point.
Where to from here?
You've
got
gotta-
KM Best. It
gotta
might be
play it
the
out.
losers bracket. Yeah.
Yeah. Keep in mind, with a loss here, KM Best goes down to losers bracket, not out of it, just going to switch decks. Try to climb his way back up into the grand finals.
Yeah, armor, not too shabby. Able to protect that sunspot. Angela. Down here are Specimen. But we won't reveal those just yet. Let's see. The final one is Space Throne. Only 1 card. Aw.
I always question myself with Space Throne
Ooh,
when
debris.
I've got like a Shang-Chi in hand, you know?
Yeah.
Do I try and put something big in there? Although there's not very many big cards in Specimen's deck, or do I just Shang them out?
I would have been so tempted to dump debris just to put a rock on the Space Throne on KM side.
Now we're going to flip. Lizard is going into the Space Throne. All hail.
All hail,
King Lizard.
King Lizard. Mm-hmm. She-Hulk, all right. Not great, not terrible. But She-Hulk into Taskmaster could bring this back for KM Best.
I'm kind of leaning towards going for the Killmonger now and taking the Demon now, to be honest. He can't arrow me this turn, right? He can't Kang me this turn either to check for arrow, so this just seems like the turn to go for this. There's also a chance I kill something of his. It's unlikely, though. Imagine when Cosmo left. Oh my god. Okay, Cosmo's still very scary for us. Like, we're still in a pretty scary position. We have no Daredevil either. There is actually a pretty big issue for us here with the Titania Goblin play that I want to go for, which is that he has initiative. So if I play Titania, and he also plays a card left, so if I go Titania first, and he plays a card left, no, he's going first, so this is perfect. He plays a card, Titania doesn't move, my Goblin goes across. This looks like we're winning the game. But maybe not. We've done it! We've done it! We've done it! We've done it! Woo! Let's go, baby!
There goes Titania. Up into Sokovia.
Oh.
Locked up.
Oh. But there is a Red Skull She-Hulk. But, I mean, Specie's just going to be able to get Titania back here.
Yeah, you just get your Titania back. What can Canvas do? Because you just can't play in there, and you already locked up your Space Throne with Lizard.
Yep. God damn it, King Lizard.
Sunspot growing is puts him at 18. No, sorry, 19. -5 is 13. So we are just winning with this. We just win. He can't arrow me. Let's go! Arrivederci, gemme! GG to KM, what a guy. Oh, my hat came off. My hair sucks. I need a new barber. Anyone? Hit me up.
Oh, man. Well, that is going to be Specimen's garbage deck getting the job done here. Stealing that back. And he's pumped about it. Look at that. Channeling those
Hey, I'm
Spider-Man
back.
vibes.
Wearing his Spider-Man shirt, taking down the match.
GG. Subscribe. Specimen on YouTube. The best decks in the game. Meta Breakers. Big shout out to Bane and Freddy for helping me prep. Done, no. We're trying to lock our opponent out of a location using clog cards, or cloggers as I like to call it. Our clog cards include Debris, Green Goblin, Viper, and Polaris, as well as the absolute powerhouse, the most underrated card in the game perhaps, Titania.